Everything looks normal. I'm sitting here looking down there in the streets. Nothing's changed. People out and about. I smell a barbecue from one of the houses. I drink my coffee while on my break and look. Normal. Only the world is not normal anymore. Not normal at all. I'm a paramedic, and it started one morning 2 weeks ago. I want to say it was Tuesday, but I don't know anymore. Multiple vehicle accident on 880 with fatalities. We arrive and the first responders are white with fear. One cop is bent over, throwing up. What the hell is going on? One of the other paramedics comes up to me. "Man, they're not dead," he says. I hear screams. "Go and look under the sheet," he said. I go over and see the yellow sheet covering a victim. Something is wiggling underneath it. I lift it. I see a severed head gurgling, eyes agape, making horrendous sounds, trying to scream. The bloody body is still moving, arms moving up from the grass where he was ejected from the car. They're not dead. Another victim, a woman with a broken neck, is screaming in horrendous pain. Her skin a deathly white, blood coming down her face from her nostrils, mouth and down from her ears. She has broken bones in her face and severe road rash down her right side of her cheek. I know she suffered brain trauma, but she's alive, screaming. 2 paramedics tied her down to the gurney. The others refused to go near them. 3 others simply got into their ambulance and drove off in utter fear. It was worse at the morgue in the hospital. Screams from inside the freezers freaked out the coroners and MEs. The corpses started to move, opened their opaque, frosted eyes, and moaned, screaming in pain, absolute pain. It happened all over the city, the county, the state, the country, and we found out, thanks to the internet, the world. The government blamed mass hysteria, but we found out the truth. The dead weren't staying dead. They weren't attacking like we saw in the movies, but they were just moving, struggling, screaming in horror and pain, and we found out the answer to a question that's been plaguing us for ages. Does dying hurt? The answer to this is absolutely. The religious called this Judgment Day. The Eastmore Church, you know, the ones protesting gay and army funerals, said this was punishment from the Lord. He was no longer letting the wicked enter the kingdom of heaven. He had left us on earth to scream and suffer. The CDC and HWO were investigating and had no answers. Some cook scientists said we had evolved into immortality. All we knew was that nothing was ever going to be the same again. We would all fantasize that living forever would be great. How wrong were we? Now we just have the tortured screams of the maimed, burnt, shot, drowned and dismembered. The cruel screams of the dead among us.